The Green and Gold Training Camp Preview, a full and total access look at what to expect in this year's Green Bay Packers Training Camp. Presented by American Advantage Insurance and Thornbury Creek at Oneida. Here now, WFRV Local 5 Sports.
Good evening and welcome to the show. If you're watching us in the middle of July, you know it is time to talk Packers football. This guy right here, three-time Super Bowl champion as a player and coach, Harry Sidney. How you doing? How was your summer?
I'm doing well, man. My summer was outstanding. How was yours, man?
Good. It's quickly coming to an end
yes,
now.
Yes, it is. It's football time, man. That's what we're here.
Especially with training camp starting on Monday. Look, after your seasons were done, it seemed like you had a little more time off. Football now in the NFL is a year-round sport, from the draft to the OTAs to mandatory minicamp, and then you got that 5 or 6 week cushion.
Well, you know why that is? Because they're paying a heck of a lot more money nowadays than they used to when we were playing. It wasn't like that. You had to rest people. Now you got everybody that's doing all the right things, but I'm glad it's here.
Yeah, from top to bottom. Equipment coaches, assistants, everybody in the organization. It is 6 months, at least until January, hopefully into February, with living and breathing football.
And for coaches, when players left, coaches did their second job: watch film, meetings, set up practices. So it's an obligation.
All right, let's talk some football, including and starting with QB1, Jordan Love. Look, he took a big step in the second half of last season. Was it simply just getting game time experience under his belt?
No, when you look at the guy, you look at him and you go, man, he's got that it factor. He just makes throws, all types of throws. It's not just, one that makes throws, and you can see the leadership that's all of a sudden rising in him. I think the guy has everything right in front of him, and the Green Bay Packers are lucky that he's here.
Look, quarterback is different than any other position in all of sports.
No question.
Physically, and it's demanding, but mentally, it's even more so.
It's mentally because the quarterback has to take the hit for everybody till they get it right without saying, I did this or did that. Yep. That's tough.
All right, for more on Mr. Love and QB1 in the green and gold, Lauren Helmbrecht is standing by, and she joins us now. Hey, Lauren.
Harry Burke, there is a lingering question going into training camp this year, and it's not whether Jordan Love is the Packers quarterback of the future. That was pretty much answered last season. This year, the question Green and Gold faithful want to know: when will Jordan Love sign a contract, and how much will that extension be? Packers GM Brian Gutekunst has said that he wants to get a deal done before camp, which, as we said, just a few days away. The Packers are expected to make Love one of the highest paid QBs in the league, to the tune of around $50 million a year. The reason for this upcoming payday? Well, it comes down to just one word:
confidence as a football player.
You feel the confidence from him.
His confidence is even greater.
And why wouldn't it be? In his first year as a starter, Jordan Love led the Packers to the divisional round after upsetting the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Love put the league on notice in that wild card win, taming the fifth best scoring defense with 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a near perfect passer rating.
What an effort by the Packers.
Does this feel good after the last 3 years to be able to show people that you belong here on this stage?
Oh, yeah. It feels great. Like you said, I'm trying to hide some smiles.
The Dallas win was a culmination of Love's budding success. Yes, in his first games as a starter, the Packers went 3-6. But then, after more time meshing with his team, Love caught fire, throwing 23 touchdowns and just 3 picks from Week 11 through the playoffs. And now, his teammates say he's even better.
It's night and day, obviously, from last year. I mean, he's a commander, he's a leader of the offense, but also the team. And, guys respect him, guys listen to him. But that doesn't come from, being the quarterback one. Like, that comes from respect. People see the work that you put in.
Just to see how much he's grown over the last year has been awesome. Fun to just be around him, watch him grow as a leader, as a player, and really take those big steps.
The Packers returned their 6 top receivers and 2 top tight ends after a full season of work with the starting quarterback. So instead of figuring out each other, now the offense is prepping for a more advanced approach.
We're at the level where we can change the plays, the line of scrimmage. They know the signals, so we can get to different plays if there's not a perfect concept called. So that's a huge plus and bonus where we can, take those steps forward this year, and we're not all kind of on that basic level where we can expand in the offense.
Love has focused on improving his footwork and presence in the pocket this offseason, working with quarterbacks coach Tom Clements. Going into year 5, Love's learning to be a more vocal leader because he knows about a small sample size and wants to share with his teammates and the world. Last season wasn't a fluke.
From the time I got here up until this point, he knows better than I do. The expectation is growth, and I think he's doing a phenomenal job at it.
And without a new deal, Love would make around $11 million for the 2024 season. But based on comments from Love, Gutekunst, Packers president Mark Murphy, and more, Green Bay has seen enough, and they are ready to pay number 10. Burke, Harry, back to you.
All righty. Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you there.
Look, he's going to get paid.
He's going to get paid.
Dude, if Jared Goff and guys like that are getting
Come on, man.
$50 million, and then, look, the numbers will be there. We'll just find out sooner than later.
No, he's going to get paid. He's earned the right to get paid.
All right, when we come back on our Green and Gold training camp preview, we'll have another report from Kyle Malzahn on the Green and Gold with all these new faces in a couple of different places. We'll have that and more coming up after the break.
I think he's done an outstanding job, just how clear and concise he is. And then he does a good job of wanting to get to know these guys and build a relationship with them.
Welcome back to our Green and Gold training camp preview. That was new defensive coordinator. Well, that was Matt LaFleur talking about his
new DC coordinator,
Jeff Hafley. He's Harry Sidney, our resident Packer expert, talking everything Green and Gold. Now, 5 years ago, Brian Gutekunst made a huge splash in free agency by signing 4 guys. Zadarius Smith for $66 million, Preston Smith $52 million, Adrian Amos, I think it was like a $37 million contract, Billy Turner $28 million.
Guys got paid.
They shelled out a lot of money. Preston Smith is the only guy left in that group. But this year, they went out and got 2 guys who they're going to be difference makers at some point.
Oh, yeah. You got to constantly improving the team.
Yep.
If you need to see there's an upgrade, you have to do that because you want your guys to do everything they can to be winners. Well, coaches and GMs and management has to do the same thing.
Do you think they upgraded by going out and getting Josh Jacobs with the departure of Aaron Jones?
I have to wait to see that because I'm a big Aaron Jones fan, and I look what he did the last 7 games last year. But this is a young guy, played well on a bad offense when the Oakland Raiders, they were horrible. He's a good runner, can catch the ball out the backfield.
Right.
He can do everything that Aaron Jones did. I just got to see whether he has the explosion.
Yeah, and look, on the other side of the football, Xavier McKinney should make an instant impact.
Instant. He made an impact when he signed. That's how good he is.
Yeah, all right, for more on that, let's go over to Kyle Malzahn in our studio with plenty more on not only new faces that are in a couple different places.
Yeah, Burke, with a new year, there's always going to be change on the roster, whether that's in free agency or the draft. Now, this past offseason, the Packers front office, kind of like you alluded to, decided to open up their pockets a little bit more and improve on some of those glaring needs on the roster. We won't know until games are played whether or not they were the correct moves, but coming off a year where Green Bay shocked so many people, it was time to be aggressive on both the offense and defensive side of the ball.
It's the start to a new Packers season with a young core that's working towards the same goal. But with the moves that Green Bay made this offseason, the Packers are hoping it'll be enough to get this team over the hump.
It's just fun to come in and, you know, see the guys that's actually hungry and working. It just brings you like a little juice back to you, gets you a little excited.
For me, I'm just coming in and helping anywhere that I can and being that piece that I know they need me to be.
I want a defense that's going to be confident and that's not going to be like nervous about making mistakes, and that's what gives us a chance each day when we come in.
After inconsistencies on the defense the last 2 seasons, Matt LaFleur and company decided to move on from Joe Barry and bring in new defensive coordinator Jeff Hafley. It'll be the first time since 2008 the Packers will run a 4-3 scheme.
I wanted to get who I thought was the best for us. And that's not to discredit anybody else. It was just every situation's a little bit different, and he just happens to run more of a 4-3, and I think that'll help our players bring out that energy that we need to go out there and compete at the best of our ability on Sundays.
You got to get exotic, and you have to get after people, and you have to pressure the quarterback. You got to get guys that can rush, and you got to get guys that can cover, but you have to get after the quarterback. I think there's down distances, situations where not as much pressure, but when you get a chance to get after the quarterback, you have to.
And after a year where Green Bay ranked second to last in the NFL in interceptions, the Packers revamped their safety room by signing Xavier McKinney.
I like to say this is the best group that I've been a part of since I've been in the league. Everybody's done a great job. I think the talent level in our room is out of this roof. It's just going to be fun to play with these guys because everybody's smart. And we're able to build off of each other and compete with each other, make each other better.
On the offensive side, the Packers lost fan favorite Aaron Jones, but they replaced him with 26-year-old All-Pro Josh Jacobs.
Man, I think I'm gonna bring me, man. I think I'm gonna bring, you know, the run style that I play with. You know, bring that toughness to the team, and hopefully be a leader to these group of young guys.
Now, offensively, I don't think we'll see much of a change, if any, with Josh Jacobs, taking over that running back room. On the defensive side, players have already kind of said to us in the locker room that they were ready to play under Jeff Hafley. But as you know, Green Bay right now, they haven't lost the game. So when it comes to training camp in just a few days, we'll kind of see how Hafley utilizes some of those guys on the defense. Burke and Harry?
All right, Kyle Malzahn. Look, are we making too big of a deal out of the switch to a 4-3? You coached when Fritz Schirmer was here, and they used to say no blitz Fritz. Well, in today's game, the reality is well over half the time teams are playing in nickel anyway. But you have to have different types of body size on the D-line with those 4 guys, right?
Well, you have to have guys but the key is all of them have to do the same thing, is that's trying to meet at the quarterback. Right. Stop the run on the way to the quarterback. So you're going to have guys that get off the ball quick. You got muscle guys. Their job is to disrupt things and let the linebackers run and flow.
And look, I think Preston Smith, will never see him again on a linebacker.
Well, no,
on a wide receiver,
and
playing linebacker.
And you won't see in goal line 2 defensive ends outside of both guards for a quarterback sneak. You won't see that anymore.
Right, and they, like we said, nickel is the way to go, and you'll have Quay and somebody else. Probably Isaiah McDuffie, since he's got some experience with Hafley.
But what you're also seeing, what you're hearing from the guys in the locker room, is Hafley believes in let's keep it simple.
Right.
Go get the ball. Go get the quarterback. Let your athletic ability shine. You got all across the board defense line linebackers. In the secondary, you got athletes.
Right.
Lock them up and let them go play.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what kind of rotation they come in with that interior.
That's going to be interesting.
Kenny Clark, maybe 1 technique, maybe 3 technique, maybe mix it up a little bit with not only T.J. Slayton, who came on at the end of last season.
Devontae Wyatt.
They've got some big bodies on the inside.
Kobe Wooden. You got a lot of, and that's going to be key because if you can substitute and not lose anything.
Yep.
That would be huge.
Yeah, and Carl Brooks, too. You mentioned Wooden, but there's two guys who you didn't really hear a lot about. They're young rookies, and at the end of the season, they were getting more snaps. And let's not forget Lucas Van Ness.
No.
He also turned it on.
And that's what I'm saying. You got a lot of guys that you hope are hungry that are in a new defense that they can say, you know what? Why not me?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not me make the play?
All right, when we come back on our Green and Gold training camp preview, we're going to talk about this year's draft class in particular. How many of those rookies will actually make an impact this season? Nobody knows for sure, but there's a couple of guys that will likely see some game time action. We'll have that and more coming up after the break.
Personally, that I have so much appreciation for Goody and his staff for the type of people that they bring in the building. It makes it a lot easier to come to work each and every day. It gives you more excitement to come in here and to try to build something special together.
Welcome back to our Green and Gold training camp preview. He's Harry Sidney. I'm Burke Griffin. A year ago, 13 draft picks taken. They went into Lambeau Field, and when all was said and done, 10 of those guys played at least some quality minutes out there. You don't see that very often from an entire group.
No, and it means a couple things. It means that the scouts and the coaches know what they're doing, and it also means that they were weak in a lot of different elements.
It's true.
That they needed to improve, and they saw that this is a way to improve.
And that they quickly became the youngest team in the NFL by doing so.
Oh, no question about it. A lot of, and I hate to say no name because just because you don't know their name, that doesn't mean they can't play.
Right.
But a lot of guys that we didn't know all of a sudden stepped up on the receiving corps.
Yep.
You know, that you go, wow.
Yep. All right, Cameron is there. He has more on this year's draft class and what they could contribute this fall.
He has good feet. He moves really well. I think he's going to be a really good player in the league. And obviously he has that versatility.
The Green Bay Packers.
We move very fluid. I can tell that he had all his steps, good at technique. So him just really learning the plays is going to be big for him.
Select Jordan Morgan.
Just a few months into his Packers career, Morgan, the first O-lineman selected by Green Bay in the first round in over a decade, is already garnering plenty of compliments from his new teammates as he looks to build on what was a 3-year collegiate career at Arizona, where he was named a captain and played both guard and tackle.
My goal right now is to gain the trust of all the coaches, all the coaching staff, the players, show everybody that I'm the player that they think I am.
But that's easier said than done, as Green Bay drafted 2 more players to protect Jordan Love, to go along with 7 returners on the offensive line who took a snap last season. But that's not deterring Jordan's mindset.
Every day you strive to be the best. You strive to be your best, and you compete with yourself first before you compete with everybody else, and that's the one thing I want to do.
I mean, he was a first-round draft pick for a reason. You can see the size, the athleticism. I think he is perfect in terms of a scheme fit. Something that we're always looking for. There's athletically, he can do it all.
As for the other side of the ball, outside of 5th-round safety Katano Ladapo, who's set to return from a toe injury by the start of training camp, the other 5 defensive draftees are all geared up and ready to go.
I love hitting, and, just going out there playing ball, doing something I love. So really just stand on the pedal and doing what I got to do, stay in shape, get more in shape.
We're just focusing on the main thing, man. Like dialing in on the playbook, just trying to keep the main thing the main thing. You know, you only as strong as your weakest link, and if you have no weakest links, then we'll have no problem.
My expectations, honestly, is just to continue getting better, learning and trying to understand and develop a role on the team.
And even with so many faces in a draft class 11 deep, each player understands the goal when training camp starts.
I'm just ready to, help this team win a Super Bowl.
For our Green and Gold training camp preview, I'm Cameron Ezair.
All righty, thank you, Cam. Now, in addition to those guys, look, first, second, third round, the Thursday and Friday draftees, they get a little more leeway.
Oh, they do.
Regardless of how good they are. But last year we saw 7th rounders. I mean, Valentine, Anthony Johnson, like this list of group of contributors, and you mentioned maybe it was because of lack of depth overall, but you never know where these nuggets will. Donald Driver was a 7th rounder. Mark Tauscher was a 7th rounder.
You never know, because it's not just about how good they are, but it's the fit. Yeah. Do they fit in the right defense, the right offense? Are they getting the right opportunity? Because sometimes it's just as simple as they connect with the coach.
Yep.
And they make plays.
And look, there's always a couple of free agents that nobody really has ever heard of that they shine during training camp and they, make an impact. And Malik Heath even.
I was a free agent. Yeah. I understand that, and so much of it is get the coach's attention and then keep it.
Do you think Jordan Morgan, if he doesn't start and push Rasheed Walker or at left tackle, let's say, do you swing him over to right guard and maybe give Sean Ryan a run? Because John Runyon, he left in free agency. He got paid.
Yes.
And you would assume, based on what Ryan did last fall, a little bit more of a bulldozer and road grader. Maybe a little pass blocking needs to work on a little bit, but we shall see.
We shall see, but I'm a firm believer if you get number 1, he comes in, there's a spot for him right there.
Okay.
First rounder came in for a reason. That's your spot. That's yours.
All right. When we come back, it's time to wrap up the show here on our Green and Gold preview.
It's here.
Packers training camp coming up. They'll hit the field on Monday for that first practice, and then 5 weeks of football in the preseason before that season opener in Brazil. We'll talk about that coming up. Welcome back to our green and gold training camp preview. The Packers will play a rare Friday night game to start the season in Brazil. That'll be interesting. Look, Friday games don't really come around very often. I remember 20 years ago on Christmas Eve, they played the Vikings, and that was kind of an interesting one. But we were both in Tokyo for that preseason game. I believe it was 98.
Yes.
And we went like at least a week and a half early just because it took 25 hours to get there and back.
It's a long trip, my friend.
And recently they were in London. They did the little short one to Toronto, and I think the other one, they had two of them in Canada for preseason games.
Yes.
Good idea, bad idea. I know the league wants to really grow the game. However, you're going to Sao Paulo, Brazil, and to start the season, and the travel's going to be tough.
Yes.
The security.
Security is going to be unbelievable.
Right.
The cost.
Yeah.
What I mean, and when you think about, we're going to go to Brazil and play, you're going there to be in your room, practice, in your room, practice, play a game, and come home. Because they can't afford for you to be going out. Because is everybody going to have a bodyguard?
Right. Right.
No disrespect there, but there's a lot of stuff, turmoil that's happening in a lot of different places.
Right. And it's an election year, which always get a little crazy everywhere.
And the Americans are always seen as something different, not right or wrong, but it's just the way it is. So I'll watch it.
Right. Yeah, Packers-Eagles on that Friday night, September 6th.
It'll be fun.
Well, look, and I think then the next 8 games, I think 8 leading up all Sundays, and then after, like from mid-November to the end of the season, it's wild. With Thursday night, they got 4 primetime games. But after that opener,
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
They got Colts, Texans, Vikings. That's their next 3 to start the season. None of those guys even made it to the playoffs. So there's no excuse after that Eagles game to maybe at least start the year 3-1.
I don't even give them an excuse for the Eagle game because I think the Eagles got their own issues going on.
All right, it's been fun. For Harry Sidney, I'm Burt Griffin. For our entire crew, thanks for watching.
This has been the Green and Gold Training Camp Preview. The preceding program was presented by American Advantage Insurance and Thornbury Creek, Oneida. Thank you for watching. Go Pack Go.